All right, today is March. It's not March, it's May 21st, 2020. It is a Thursday, and we have 6 days left until we are done with our last day of classes at SCAD. And we are sitting in our Ford Transit Connect 2013 XLT. And we just wanted to have a conversation to I'm trying to understand what's happening right now in our lives, because end of college, we're about to start something new. I'm trying to process that.
So maybe about 2 days ago, Chad posted on his Instagram asking what topics you guys kind of wanted to see from this channel. And one of the questions was, or one of the topics was, what we kind of took away from college and what...
And how we grew.
And how we grew from it. So...
So we kind of wanted to talk about it. Also, It's good for us because we need to set a time to reflect.
It's like a reflection over the past 4 years and everything that we've had the opportunity to experience and take away from, from college.
I mean, thinking back freshman year, coming to study film and television at SCAD, I mean, I'm just such a different person, but I still feel like the core part of me is the same. It's interesting how that happens. Same with you,
Well, the thing is, I think we've always been this person, but we just came to realize a lot of things from our childhood and our past and kind of strengthen our interests and unveil everything that we want to do with our lives.
Understanding our values. And
being at such an open-minded school, and you are exposed to so many different people with different backgrounds that you can kind of hear these different stories that start molding you into your own individual. And, if I'd stayed home these past 4 years, I wouldn't be even close to the person I am now. And, I mean, I don't think you would either. And, I mean, obviously we wouldn't have met each other if we had come to SCAD, to this campus especially.
Whenever I was coming into school, I felt like I wanted to learn more and know what was out there. And now that through SCAD, I've learned what is out there and what you can go do, and same with you. But now that I know that, it shows me what I want. I mean, because I'm aware of what's out there. Whereas whenever you don't even know what you're capable of.
Yeah. And this past year, I've been saying I'm so ready to graduate. I'm so ready to get out of here. But I wouldn't have given up the past 4 years for anything, because I just wouldn't be who I am right now if I hadn't come to college. Yeah. And I think the difference between coming to a private art school versus going to a state college would have been really different for the both of us, I think.
Yeah. I mean, one thing is the amount of wealth that SCAD students do have.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone, obviously, but it's different from
It's a different crowd.
Yeah, it's a different crowd.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not paying for it. I'm not paying for it with my own money. And neither is Chad. Both of our parents have saved a lot of money for us to come here. And, I mean, it might be, naive for us to say, we wouldn't give it up for anything. Because, we didn't pay for it. But it was a great experience for us both. As individuals.
SCAD worth it? It's right now, neither of us have a lot of money, so if we could choose...
If I was paying for it all by myself, I probably would say, I can't afford it, it's not worth it. But because my parents were so gracious to save this money for me to be here, and of course the scholarships that I got on top of that, of course, I would say it's worth it in the end.
I mean, if you had Claire scholarships versus Chad scholarships, then it's worth it. If you have Chad scholarships, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But that's just up to
I mean,
the
it's
person.
still a lot, even with scholarships.
Yeah, it is.
So, biggest takeaway from college?
Biggest takeaway from college is life is what you make of it, and no one else will find your path for you. Biggest takeaway from college.
If you want to do something, then do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, though. If you want to do something, then do it. I mean, I feel like people say that all the time, but people will say, I want to do this, and it'll be 10 years later, and they still haven't done it. And they're I've been doing research for 10 years, and they still haven't done it.
That's me, though.
Yeah.
It's interesting. What makes a person
I always feel like I need to say it to people who doubt me, that doubt that I would do it, and it makes me want, like, it helps me do it.
Yeah.
Because then you're being held accountable to do it, and to do it to the best of your abilities. Not like to prove them wrong or anything, but it does help your mindset get towards your goal. I mean, I don't really have anyone that's like, oh, you wouldn't be able to do that, because my parents are pretty, like, supportive. But
for sure.
Still, like, I'll tell them, and they'll be like, okay. They always say okay, and then I'm like, okay, now I have to for sure do it.
Yeah. Biggest takeaways.
Not wanting to do a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, that was
9 to 5's already.
I think both of our dreams originally, like, let's get a job, and, like, for the first 5 years after college.
Yeah.
For sure, we're like, we'll get a job, we'll make money, and we'll save for whatever, because we didn't really know what we wanted to do. And, you know, I got my internship through SCAD, and then it didn't end well, but it was a good experience to have nonetheless, to know what you don't want. Sometimes, like, knowing what you don't want is better than knowing what you want. And I wouldn't be so confident with where I am right now if I hadn't had that experience of knowing, like, for sure I don't want to be doing that.
And I think what made it hard too is you had such a bad experience, and I had a pretty good experience. Like, I enjoyed my internship, and I could see myself doing it. It was hard because it was like the 9 to 5, but like the group of people.
Well, yours was really small compared to mine. Was like a huge corporation.
Yeah, it was just a very different vibe. Like, people were biking to work, and there was coffee in the mornings. Everyone, you know, it was pretty similar in, I guess, humor and stuff. So it was just like, it was a good time.
I will say that being in the internship at that time and not really having, like, someone to go back to, or like a family to go back to, was another thing that added on how horrible I felt during that time. I did have an amazing roommate, but, you know, I didn't have my family there, and I didn't have Chad there, and we'd been spending a lot of time together at that, like, by that point. So it was just odd not having the same support system. Yeah, and, like, I'm not really good at making friends.
You were also missing out on your job back home, which was you could have made more money.
I could have made a lot more money serving tables back at home, and I was spending more money up there because I didn't have to pay for housing, but I did have to pay for groceries and, like, if I wanted to go out to eat or anything like that. So I felt like that was kind of a loss, even though I was getting good experience from the corporation. Having that group of people, your support system nearby, or just, you know, even just having your partner with you, it really does make a big difference on how you experience stuff, you know, whether it be travel or work or, you know, even college sometimes.
All right, it's getting a little humid. I'm going to open a door. Just for a second. Whew. It's warm in here. Our van. This is going to be us. This is actually a pretty good contour, this tire, to my lumbar. Good lumbar. What did we take away from college? How did we grow?
I grew in weight. I just ate so much in France, and I didn't have a scale, and it really threw me under the bus.
You're not overweight.
No, I'm not overweight, like, not at all, but still, like, it's annoying because it just goes to my face, and then my face just looks extra round.
Where does my weight go when I gain weight?
Your butt.
Pretty much.
Your love handles.
Honestly, the way I grew the most was I sold my Xbox. That's crazy.
But you haven't played it in
I
like
haven't.
a year.
Plus, you can play a lot of games online with your computer now.
I think I got more confidence.
Yeah.
I used to copy what other people did back in high school, like what people would wear.
Fashion.
Oh yeah, fashion. But I think I'm about to take a turn in my fashion wardrobe. It got a little too extra for for a second there, and it's just not going to be practical with van life.
All right, we should cut this because it's so much to look through. We both
mumble. We were talking the other day, like, what are the top words that we say all day? What was probably number one, with a question mark.
What?
Huh?
Sorry, that's
What'd you say?
What'd you say? What did we not learn from college? What did we learn by ourselves? I'd say I learned about mental health, but that's kind of from the college. Because I was
our school's very open about.
From college, I learned about mental health. And a lot of people are struggling with mental health. How did I change as a person? I feel like I went through a phase where I was annoyed that I was known as like the Tennessee outdoorsy kid.
You were really upset about that.
And I was like, why am I just
even wear overalls.
Oh, well, that was actually a good choice. I don't think I should wear overalls. That was a bad day. That's not, I don't even want to talk about that. I had a terrible day.
You wore overalls.
I wore overalls, and then I said I was like from Tennessee, and then I just felt so judged. And then my professor called me out one time. I was like, is that what it was like? Because I did a campaign, because we wanted to do, she said to do Duke's Mayo, and then I had to do a campaign. I'm like, do something heartfelt, okay. And then I did something very Southern, because I know Southern very well. And then she was like, oh, that's so sweet, bless your heart. But she's not a Southern person, so I was just being mocked. Anyways. Ugh.
You don't know if she was actually mocking you. It's okay. I mean, I've been told to do, like, Chinese illustrations.
So,
yeah. I don't know how to do Chinese illustrations, but they're like, you should do Chinese illustrations. And I'm like, how am I supposed to learn that overnight?
Well, that's actually, it was in context of your Yellow series, though.
No.
Oh. That it was.
It was just like, well, it was still connected to identity, but still, if I hadn't grown up learning how to do these Chinese illustration styles, how am I supposed to learn it?
That's maybe the irony of it, you know? It's like me.
Oh, I did it. Like, I attempted to do it, and she was like, oh. She's like, this isn't what I thought it would look like. How embarrassing.
Color theory I learned a lot from my foundations, actually. Like,
I didn't.
Best project I've had at SCAD. I'm going to stand by this, yes. Best project I had at SCAD that I learned the most from was building a cardboard chair. Best one. Because I'm going to use that so much in the span, and measuring things and designing. So I did a sketch. I was like, I'm going to make a rocking chair. It didn't rock, but it was just so cool to learn about, and there was no glue, all X-Acto blades and cardboard, and it just got me really good at line and shape, and then, it was great. Great project. Thank you, Susan Hobbs.
I don't think I have, like, a number one project. It's just, like, having projects on projects, you really learn time management, and I think that was something that helped me a lot, and I think it's going to help me moving forward if we're going to try to juggle so many different things at once.
I have terrible time management.
Yeah.
And Claire's going to keep me on top of it. What did I learn? What am I a lot better at? I learned that I had ADD and ADHD during college. That would have helped me with a lot of stuff in high school, all those essays. Oof.
Jen learned he had depression.
Yeah.
ADHD, depression. I guess that's it for you.
Now shooting on Sony versus Canon. What else is there? This bracelet is actually from you.
I made it.
That's
why my voice cracked so hard. I feel like I know white culture more.
Yeah. I mean...
A lot of things I didn't understand, but now I kind of get.
Is there anything you appreciate that you've learned about?
From white culture?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe, like, van life, you know? Doing this sort of thing. You don't really see many Asian people going out and doing like van life after true. 4 years of college.
Yeah.
Taking the risk, I think.
Risk, yeah. Yeah. High school, people,
Yeah.
high school people that are interested in SCAD, is it worth it? I would definitely say it depends on the major. That's one thing.
Oh,
And it depends on the person. Like, if you're a very driven person and you will take advantage of all of the resources SCAD has to offer, absolutely, it's worth it.
I don't even think I took advantage of the resources at all. Like, and I regret it because you're paying so much money.
Yeah.
And I should have used so many
Go to
things
all of the
more.
events.
Should have used
and
more of
stuff,
my
yeah.
print credits.
Yeah.
That's always going to be one thing that bothers me, not having print credits this quarter.
Yes.
Could have
Definitely.
printed so many things.
Unless you're absolutely dead set, no way you're changing majors, be open to changing majors. Because, like, if you're into
We
photography, into
changed our
film or
majors.
illustration in high school, good, that's great, that's a good skill. Now, see if you can apply it to some other major, possibly, because there's new skills and new things to learn.
If you already know how to draw and you want to be an illustration major, I suggest you switch your major, just because if you already know how to do it, then why do you want to spend another 4 years learning it?
Yeah.
You might as well apply it to a different major and,
Yeah.
you know, have 2 more skills that you can take on with you.
I mean, the future of the job industry is really important about being able to learn things fast and adapting. So, yeah.
And honestly, like, us switching our majors has, I don't want to say it's put us ahead, but it has helped us, because being in fibers and knowing how to draw, like, off the bat, that was just really helpful with print and pattern design. And same with you, like, being able to do film and, like, do photography really elevated.
It just helps.
It elevated both of our works, just having something else coming in.
Yeah.
And, like, even if you don't have anything going into SCAD, you're about to learn so much. And I think it's also great coming in without a portfolio that's, like, super great.
I mean, in a way.
You are buying an experience. I mean, a lot of the things that you learn here, if you're not trying to get the facilities or the connections or, like, the professors, then you can really learn it online. But if you are coming here, you're surrounded by an amazing group of people. And I've heard so many people that are graduating, they're just so sad that they aren't going to be surrounded by creatives. Yeah, you really are paying for the experience of not just college, but being in a creative space, in honestly a creative city. And we do see Savannah getting more and more.
Yeah, Savannah's going to
like
blow up. It'll be like
city.
a Portland of the South or something.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for watching this video if you're watching them, and we're excited to make more videos. If you aren't subscribed already,
Smash like.
Smash like. Gently press like.
Now that we're graduating, we are, or I guess Chad is really going to start trying to pump out 2 videos a week starting in June. And once we move out, which we'll be moving out in almost a week.
Like June 1st.
Yeah. We'll be able to spend more of our time doing video work.
So more videos coming.
And van renovation. Van build.
Yes. Probably going to get a GoPro so I can get more shots of the van. Anyways, have a great time in your life. Go make use of your time. Don't just waste it watching too many YouTube videos. Okay, bye.